It's just a
Is that
lot
all?
of team fight as well. Um, and you're going to be able to burst waves with this on what I presume is going to be a pos 4. Matthew
Only
plays
10
this.
seconds.
So you have 2 wave clearing supports right now, which is very
5
important against
seconds
Nature's
remain.
Prophet. Otherwise, your cores are going to have to keep showing just to deal with this guy who's not even showing himself, because Nature's Prophet's almost never on the waves himself.
Yep. Oh, that's a good point to look at it. Still Thunder Predator holding on. Thinking about what they're going to go with the 4th pick. What would you pick if you were Thunder Predator right now, Kips? What
Thunder
kind of a
Predator
hero?
here, like, honestly, either the DK or the Death Prophet, just a solid mid game core to rally around would have been nice. Instead, I think classic offlaner might be more the choice here. If you still want to be able to flex it, no, they took it the Kunkka themselves. Like, all of these heroes that could still be flexible are currently taken out. In that case, against NP Void Spirit, I was thinking about PL, but actually, I think you could probably commit to a Troll Warlord here.
Potentially
If you want to pick up any carry.
I guess that's one. Do you really want to start racking up more physical damage though in this lineup? You feel like they already have the required damage and control and initiation on their side? Looks like your camera is actually frozen
like
up
this
for a bit there.
Ember's most likely a hybrid build anyway, or we've seen a lot of utility recently, so something like Spirit Vessel Solar Crest.
Yep.
And the other two are supports, so they go for the Riki instead. You see, I would have suggested the Riki just because the Smoke Cloud is so good against so many of these heroes and he can jump out of the cogs at will as well. But the problem is just that I don't like Riki.
You don't like me, huh? I mean, at least we can hear you, even though your webcam might be slightly stuck at the moment, but that's cool. At least we have you at least in voice and spirit.
Not as uncharming as it could have been, I suppose.
It looks like you're trying to show a war face right now.
I could do a better one than that.
Feel the Kips anger. Let me see if we can get that. Webcam is busy. All right. That's something new.
That's not it. That is not it. All right.
No worries, we should be able to get that up in just a bit. As we wait for the last round to come out, Puck has been banned out. Quincy crew also have the last pick of the draft. So let's see what kind of answer they want to look for here. They have themselves in a spot where they're kind of missing the carry here, potentially. Either they go for straight up damage dealer. I kind of feel like they either need a melee hero here to keep up with the Void Spirit. You can go for a range hero and just rely that Clockwork's going to be enough with the initiation-wise play. But we'll see. Thunder Predator at least bringing up the Legion Commander.
Yep, so more deep push there, as was an ability to lock down the Nature's Prophets, the Void Spirits, some off-map threat. And she just nicely rounds out the lineup here, I think. Got that Purge online now as well. Save her other more fragile cores.
10 seconds to pick.
Not bad.
Not bad, yeah.
5 seconds. Hurry.
My concern with LC is that if she doesn't have a good lane, she just needs so much time to catch back up, and you don't really have any space for that catching up to happen, because Riki, no matter if he has a good lane or not, he will need some time to, get that diffusal, which is not an item you can get straight out of lane. And Ember Spirit usually wants at least, the urn ready to go before he starts roaming.
All right, let's begin the
and yeah, again, LC against Ursa? No, not fun.
Yeah, it's going to be Ursa last pick. It's going to work out great against the Legion Commander. We just saw a very effective Ursa from RTZ, so let's see if Yawar can hold up and repeat a similar performance here as well. At least he has the backup for himself. He can move around and fights very nimbly. And I'm also feeling that Ursa's either wanting to build a BKB or an MKB this game, so that the Riki smoke screen wouldn't be that much of a pain in the butt. So we'll see what kind of item choices Ursa's going to go for here.
Yep.
10 seconds to
Hmm.
pick.
Let's see. I think one of the
5
things that
seconds.
can really
Hurry,
turn these lanes
hurry.
around is if Matthew roams effectively on this Pangolier. Because from what I've seen of him, he doesn't stick to his lane all too much, and he does have 3 lanes here that are relatively self-sufficient.
Yeah.
I also think that with the Leo style versus Quinn matchup in mid, Thunder Predator get a bit of a freebie. I like Ember Spirit versus Void Spirit as a matchup. Void Spirit can definitely get away with it, but Ember Spirit has a magical damage shield, which is most of the damage output that Void Spirit deals, and his shield deals damage as opposed to Void Spirit's shield that will mostly, not do anything against the Flame Guard, which is Ember Spirit's most powerful damaging tool in the lane. So I've often seen Void Spirits, they sort of go 50-50 in the lane, then they need to make kills happen for the first time, and it really depends on if they outroam the Ember Spirit after that. And that's just a tough ask. So let's see if Quinn can pull off first the lane and then the transitioning out of the laning stage moves versus Leo style on his Ember Spirit. He knew which pose he wanted to take.
You gotta keep it in style, and maybe it takes Masal points in terms of a victory, but the game, the first one in this best of 2, Quincy Crew taking on Thunder Predator. Should be a blast between these two teams and see which one's gonna prove themselves the stronger counterpart of these two. So right now, Quincy Crew with 1 tie and 1 loss, Thunder Predator with 1 tie. So they've played 2 and 1 games respectively. Potential first victory for either one here. Matthew gonna walk straight into SVG. Forces out the swashbuckle. A very mana-heavy ability for the Pangolier here at least, but since it's used this early on, he'll have the time to get that mana regen up before the laning stage actually properly starts off, so that's not bad. You have to kind of think about the efficiency as well in terms of how much mana you're going to have during the laning stage, how much do you have to start spamming your swashbuckle. And when you really want to get those openings, you don't want to spend too much money on just spamming mangoes or clarities or whatever, just to keep that regen up in lane to be able to finally respond to your opponent's harassing.
How about Sage's masks? Just buy Sage's masks, lol.
I mean, you could.
MGZ already has one. He's going to build into a Bassi. Nice little item to pick up, and Sage's mask is just so efficient right now. It's very cheap. Get you the full extra point of mana regen.
Yeah, at least someone's still respecting the starting items to be pulled off during the laning stage. Headdresses, bucklers, bazzies. They got
Headdress and
nerfed
buckler
quite
are pretty
heavily,
good.
so people
Yeah.
kind of dropped them out.
I think the biggest problem for the Bassi right now is that it doesn't build into anything except for maybe the Vlads. Good old Vlads. Yes, for Jakiro, the Veil is also an option,
Technically, you
but I haven't
could
seen a lot
build.
of Veils recently.
Yeah, you could build Vlads on a Pango. It's not completely unheard of. He's not the best carrier for it. I think I'm just gonna hold on to that casual Basilius. Let the Pangolier hook some others.
The Sage's mask is on the Jakiro.
Yeah, exactly. And the Jakiro could. Right now, it looks like he's just gonna pick up Tranquil Boots with the Basilius. Hold on to that for quite some time. Bounties are spawning as well. Lelis MNZ here in the top lane. Also MSS and his Rubik is there too. Thunder Predator, however, will snatch at least the bottom side bounties for themselves. Quincy take the ones to the top side. Matthew also trading a few hits here with Jawar. Don't want to trade too many hits though. Chris actually hasn't leveled up anything yet, so I think that's a good play as well. That you're not really showing if you need to get that Earth Shock to get yourself some distance. If you want to maybe make some plays happen with the Clockwork, then definitely have
Also
that.
makes your first last hits very hard though. 49.
Yeah, the
on
right click damage
damage, it
ain't
isn't
the
color
best.
blade.
65 and 56 on the other side. Here comes SVG. Heavy Assault has been popped, but taking a lot of damage from both sides. Yawar, they didn't really do much on Thunder Predator, and he's already at 300 HP. And SVG also taking a bit of a beating here. Meanwhile, in top lane, MSS. With the Rubik, MNZ can't really find an opening there to jump on him. Also, level 1 Riki, minus 20 damage with the Fate Bolt affecting him. This should be a good lane for Quincy Crew with the NP and the Rubik together. They should be able to dominate this.
Yep, that is a very strong lane. You can't really trade against him in right clicks, and when you do try, you're going to get a Fate Bolt to the face. Poor MNZ also has no way to clear out all of these treants. It's all going to be up to MJZ on the Jakiro, which is a good matchup into the Nature's Prophet, but especially on the lower levels of Dual Breath, you're mostly affecting his ability to trade. You're not actually going to be able to clear out these treants whatsoever.
Yeah. Somewhat of a calm start in terms of the lanes rolling out. MSS being pressurized by MNZ. Fate Bolt only connected on Jakiro, allowing Riki to go for a little bit of a jump, but they will pop the salve on the Rubik. Force a bit of regen here and there. Riki not getting the best amount of CS though because of the constant battling in the top lane. Only 5 CS up till now. And just needs to be really careful there not to overcommit.
Yep, and that's one of my problems with Riki's laning, is just that he's going to need to retreat into the jungle afterwards anyway, but there's not even really a chance that you're going to get out of control in the lane in the first place. So there's nothing much to, you know, gamble on. It's not like you're an Ursa, you can just get a Blink Dagger straight out of lane and
minus
talking
armor
about
here.
that.
Jawar, one hit away. The Pango's right next to him. Another disarm. The lucky shots are truly on Matthew's side. And SVG might just follow suit. Not enough mana for that swashbuckle to come out. And SVG will live to see another day, but dropped really low, so instead of actually just denying himself when the Ursa's just respawning back, gonna pop a Clarity and a Tango. Am gonna have to use a couple more Tangos just to get his HP back up and running, meaning that Jawar's gonna be a bit defenseless here in this lane. Needs to be careful against the LC, also level 3.
Yep. If he can get some Fury Swipe stacks on her, he's going to be fine, but it's a risky proposition to come that close to her. I do also want to point out this mid lane here. It is going 50-50, but Leo Style has been really putting the hurt on Quinn.
If he gets the root on Quinn, that would lead into a kill, but he really needs to read the plays coming in from the void. And here comes your friendly Pango to fill in the bottle for you, give you 1.5 charges. And regen up the Ember back to full. Leo Style has a really big advantage onto Quinn right now. Quinn forced to use up another Mango. He's out of regen going up against a full Ember Spirit. And, you know, this is hard. This is really rough to look at right now. Like, Quinn's definitely not enjoying his time. MSS, however, making the Ember's life a bit harder here with the Stolen Rune, and also Matthew and SVG were contesting the bottom side rune at the same time. So this has become a more and more common pattern that the 4-minute bounty, the 4-minute action runes need to be contested by both side supports, especially when there's bottle carriers.
Yep. Just because of that TP to mid though, Leo Style is fine with missing out on that rune, and it is Quinn who has to go all the way back to base. So that's going to put him at a severe disadvantage. Leo Style is going to have 6 within seconds. Well, not quite seconds, maybe, of Quinn returning. He TP'd very fast. But he's going to have 6 within the next wave, and Quinn will not.
Yep, that's a bit over a quarter XP advantage for Leo. Meanwhile, with the river...
Went in here on top. They really want this bounty rune.
Oh yeah, definitely. Good point to certain testing. 2 for 2 regarding bounties. MSS gonna leave one of them for Quinn. Fill up the bottle. And a very calm start to this to laning stage in general. There's been a bit of trading, but no full commitments yet. And both side supports are actually sitting on some very low XP. SVG at level 2. Jakiro and Pango still level 3, so they're slowly going to catch up with that. Jawar, however, wants to keep the chase onto the LC, and this should be a kill. Should be, as in, he's the time... Well, he doesn't even need to use the cogs. It's just going to chase him down. MSS picks up the kill with the Fate Bolt. Ursa's just there for mental support.
He really didn't want to Fate Bolt there. They really wanted to give the kill to Yoar, but
oh, definitely.
they were just also body blocking him.
Meanwhile, Quinn will be found in the river. Actually going for a very bold move onto MJZ. Picks up the Invis rune, and a very smart little nifty play from Quinn there. Secures the Invis for himself.
Also distracts attention long enough that the Dire Wave is now dead. There was a catapult in that one. I think Leo Sal would have loved to pressure the mid tower with it, but no such thing. And
no, sir.
Quinn rotates. And Z doesn't have 6 yet. He is visible. He is vulnerable. He's going to have a wave under his tower very soon.
Yeah, let's see. SVG on the edge of the tower. And now he finally actually gets a quick reveal of Clockwork coming in. And there's a TP coming in from the Jakiro. Clockwork still running around inside the trees. Leo Style is here. Matthew's here. MJZ's here. And SVG's like, get the hell out of there. I mean, you don't want to overstay your welcome there. So they forced a lot of TP rotations. There's 4 heroes top right now.
Oh yeah, like SVG, look at him. He's going for the skill immediately. He teleported in here. Oh, that's unfortunate. Just a little bit too eager.
Have to commend the try, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He was in the right place at the right time. You see 4 top, you immediately go bot. Easy as pie.
Still sitting as 3 heroes in the top lane. Like Thunder Predator, Leo Style, farming up in mid. 49 CS, Void 50, Ursa 48, Ricky 44, NP right after, and then there's LC with 23. So Frank's not had the best laning stage at all. You know, you can't win this lane against Ursa, but you can try and pull out the best that you can.
Look at how equal the CS is. 3 heroes getting their power treads at exactly the same time.
And SVG will be found in the river by Leo Style. Picks up the haste rune, and he's gonna go ham at the Clockwork. Why not? Free kill. He'll take it. Quinn, however, gets disarmed. MJZ throws in some more dots. Here comes Leo Style. Actually missed the chains.
He just gets to go back now. I presume he's got a remnant placed.
You are looking for Frank here in the bot lane. Matthew also gets picked off in the mid lane, so this allows for an LC kill here for Jawar. Jawar is happy to take that one. Leo Style trying to give it a bit of a response here. Pops the remnant backwards. Trading hits. Cogs are very well placed though, so the Ember can't dive that far in.
Bold little assassination from Quinn. I really like it when these Void Spirits immediately use this huge burst damage they have at their disposal to go for these kills. One step in, one step out.
Yep, and things are definitely going to happen when this Nature's Prophet finishes off the Orchid. Lilith doing some really good progress towards that. Ending at 3,300 net worth, only a couple hundred behind the rest of his team's cores. That's definitely going to be a really big piece. That Tricks of the Trait does absolutely nothing. Going to be tanked fully by the Treants. But
look at how much damage MNZ just took. He can't actually be in this lane, or at least be visible in this lane.
Yep, and Thunder Predator trying to make some moves, but this Creep Wave just roguely running around here, just scouts at least 3 heroes for Quincy crew. They're preparing for a battle. They're trying to bait them in. Noir slowed up a little bit. Frank still in the front. MNZ's here as well. All 5 heroes from Thunder Predator, and they can't make anything happen here. They're trying to contest the 10-minute bounties. Maybe force Noir into a little move here. Gets to jump onto Matthew. Swashbuckle coming out. No disarm. Oh no. Okay. Shield crash will be enough for a save, but a duel for him. And SVG full fall for that one. MJZ trying to pop some dots onto Yoar. Now chasing the Ursa away from harm's way. They'll secure the bounties, get themselves 1 kill in the progress.
Oh, in the meantime, Lelis got caught by Leo Style on top. I think he stopped right-clicking him there for just a second. And that means that Leo Style gets away with the kill.
still trying to move around this bottom lane. Frank is just running around in circles right now. Not sure what to do. As MNZ and MJZ are both now going to get initiated on his SVG coming in with a clockwork, trying to give some vision. If he can get in front of the Jakiro, he's 100 movement speed faster, pops the cogs. They've got the Jakiro inside it, and good luck casting a spell when you're up against the clockwork. You're going to get absolutely nothing out of that.
And there's so much time wasted for MNZ. Like this man is going Battle Fury too. He needs a lot of farm before he's going to be doing anything, and right now he's not even farming.
So not even a Diffusal Blade Ricky, but instead a Battle Fury Ricky. He spots the clockwork. Dust has been used. Needs a buddy somewhere to jump to. He gets it off Matthew, baiting out the Pangoldi, but no need to use it. Yawar. Oh, the Remnant catches the Pangolier. No swashbuckle for 3 seconds. Can Yawar do it? He's getting souls from the... Actually, the Rubik stolen the dual breath. They get themselves one. Leo Stahl has to jump back to safety with the Remnant. And that mid tower is really low. If Quincy crew realize that... Because that could be... That Thunder Predator could just deny it.
Status, though. Meanwhile, Lelis takes down top tower. This man has been playing PvE. MNZ is back now. The Jakiro is coming in. They'll have a hard time killing him anyhow.
Teleport out, not gonna happen. Ice Path in the way, and MNZ gonna get themselves a very important kill. Does go for the Jakiro with the dot damage, but also Ricky participating in it. Gets a bit of cash for himself. You are trying to chase down Leo Style, still 2 remnants and a DD rune. Keeps the Ursa in place. What did you learn?
Meantime,
response from him. Jakiro
is dead as a doornail.
Yep. 6-5 now for Quincy crew with a 2k lead as they find another pick off on Jakiro. They've been pushing down 2 of the towers. They don't need to start focusing on that bottom lane at all. Not until, well, not right now. Like that bottom lane is actually completely useless here for the Radiant team. If they can get that tier tower, it's a bonus in terms of net worth, but that's about it. Doesn't really grant you anything else.
Yeah, it means that the bottom wave doesn't bounce as fast, but at the same time, if you have, say, MSS sitting down there farming up, you'd like the wave to bounce fast. It's all about what you want out of it. You could actually leave it up.
I'll see they're TPing top now, trying to get some aggression there as SVG pretty deep on the clockwork, and MNZ will get themselves the kill, but Ricky it does get this the smoke screen, and MNZ's just running inside it, just making sure that the Void Spirit can't hit him at all. No spells for you today. You know, just playing cat and mouse. And the mouse disappears and the cat's still running.
It looked very much like a Tom and Jerry cartoon, yes.
Yeah. Oh,
I can hear the yakety sax playing.
Well, while you're at it, like if you're a big fan of those, or if you're a big fan of any types of animals, you might want to go throw in some support for Humane Society of the United States. Fighting against animal cruelty, very important mission. Also sponsoring the tournament, so huge shout out to those guys. You can participate right below the stream. There's a bit of a banner. You can click on there. Click there and see what happens there. 6-6, 3k lead for Quincy. Closing up on the 15-minute bounties and Legion. If we're looking at Frank, the man who's been spending a lot of his time, honestly, just running in circles. 300 gold. No, I'm not even kidding. He's been running around quite a lot here. And 300 gold away from his Blink Dagger. It's a pretty good timer, though, nevertheless. But
yeah, it's pretty decent.
Quincy
it's just
crew,
like the other
they want to
lanes
find a kill before that. There's a lot of aggression here on both sides. The hook shot from SVG. They catch the LC, and Frank will be caught inside it. No duel coming out, though. Might actually go for it. He tried to get the duel off for that quick kill on SVG, but it won't happen. Now Quinn gonna get hit by the Pangolin. Well, they might get another one in Void Spirit. Quinn trying to make his way out. He will get the jump to safety. Now Lettuce coming in with the right clicks, and Matthew will go down Leo style as well. He's got 2 remnants. He will jump the hell away from there, back into the mid lane, and dodge this one. So they trade support for support.
If they would have gotten the duel there, that would have been a big win for Thunder Predator, just because so many heroes were involved there, and it means that MNZ was farming, and they would have gotten damage. MNZ steals the mangoes, cuts down the trees, gets angry
Dust.
pinged.
He has the
Lallis?
dust.
Oh!
He has the Orchid up as well. Sprout up. Can they get the
And they
damage
can't
out to
kill
kill the Ricky? No, they want 400 HP, and the Orchid only does 200, so the Ricky survives. Very close
4
call,
seconds CD on hook shot.
but straight to Roche. This is a good timing for Quincy crew. They're going to go straight into Roche with Yowar's Ursa. Backed up by Lilith. Even if they don't have a medallion, they still have an Ursa who's just going to keep up ramping that damage. SVG, he can block this entrance with the cogs. He can block this entrance as well with the cogs if he needs to.
I just don't think Thunder Predator know that's going on. No clue.
Yep, the lanes are really well pushed in. This is just the perfect timing for Quincy crew. Now they ping it, but it's too late. Aegis pick for the Ursa 16 minutes in.
Yep.
Too late.
And it's understandable they don't have any vision control. But on the other hand, you gotta think about it. As soon as MNZ TP's out there, like that's a carry TPing away from the Roche pit against an Ursa lineup. Oh, sorry, an Ursa NP lineup.
Say what?
I can make some more noises, but I think you get my point.
Yeah, it's a grunt of approval every now and then we hear them. So we know that Kips is happy about it. Or it might be a sassy one. I told you so. SVG running around this jungle trying to look for something, but there's no one there. Meanwhile, Thunder Predator pressuring the bottom tier 1 tower, while their mid tier 2 is going to be pushed on by a creep wave. And Ursa is around the territory.
SVG wants to use that hook shot, but I don't think the Ember is a good target here.
Yeah, Rubik also has Flame Guard stolen.
That's going to make him pretty tanky. A lot of magic damage over on Thunder Predator.
Yep.
Up until they get a kill.
Look at this. Look at the balls on this guy. Just walks in like, hello, what's
Huge.
up, Lelis? First use of defensive Yules, and the hook shot interruption from SVG, keeping Matthew in place. On Leo style is gone. Just like that.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, look at that. Hello. It's Yowar, your friend. Matthew's courier will die as well to Lelis. Oh my god. What the hell just happened in the last 10 seconds or less, Kips?
Well, basically, Nature's Prophet brings his Orchid into Leo style. Leo style is like, haha, I bought my Yule Scepter to deal with your silence. And then Quinn is like, well, guess what? Normally I build Yule Scepter to get an instant disable into my remnant. But guess what? You built it for me. You are dead now, and I'm buying an Aghanims.
And then we have MSS on the Rubik, just popping his Flame Guard. He's showing his cojones to his friend. And it's like, I'm not scared of you. Even though you're the enemy's mid player, I'm not afraid of you. Just walks up to him.
Please only show your cojones to your friends if they consent.
He's even stolen the Pango ulti as well, so that's even more rolling balls. Like, man, this guy.
This man. I want to see that Rubik's Cube on Roland. Not sure if we're going to get to see it though. This is
Ursa. Yeah, Ice Path will not be on point. Ursa gets to safety.
This Ricky is still holding his breath in the bottom. He is... Like, he has a Battle Fury though, so at least he could be farming right now.
He could be
as
farming.
opposed to normally.
Then we have...
He's just creeping on Quinn. Look at this. Breathing down his neck.
Oh.
Guys. He used his thing.
Oh. This is the moment where you feel heavy pain in your chest. It's just not going...
You're just hungry.
It's, I mean, depends if you feel hungry in your chest instead of your stomach, but... Unless we're talking about the thing that's a word I don't know in English, like when you drink coffee or something, you feel nauseated,
oh, heartburn?
Whatever. Heartburn. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the one. That's what I'm looking for. Leo
I
style,
don't think...
this time he's like, I also have big balls, but, you know, I think I just got amputated. And look at that cube rolling. That's not even a ball. That's a Rubik's Cube going straight at Matthew. And Yowar comes in as well. And this Pangolier has been sold to the auction house, to the highest bidder. So that's 2 gone. Quincy crew with a 7k lead and heading straight towards his mid-tier 2 tower, which will also be demolished after that.
And so far today, we have only seen cool Rubik plays. I have not seen any misses whatsoever. MSS really giving Kidrak a shot for his money here.
Lelis coming in. Dust from SVG.
Quinn, or did Quinn find MNZ?
I think we're not going to hear a grunt of improvement from Kips this time. So Ricky dead as well. Thunder Predator not looking too great in shape, but Quincy crew instead, they feel the momentum. They're going to play around it. They're going to use it. They're going to find MJZ with it too. And here are the last outer towers also going to be falling slowly but surely. SVG, hook shots available. Waiting for the call from his teammates. When do we go in? The cogs are in the way though, so they're going to wait for that. And there we go. Hook shot into the lift and into the silence. Goodbye. Remnants and silences and stuns and stuns for days.
Yep. And this is what I've seen from Quincy crew before. What I really loved about seeing them is that their team fights were sometimes a little bit off, but especially when it's about these very raw technical things like chaining your stuns perfectly and knowing where the other is going to, you know, drop or kick or push somebody. They are so good at that.
Frank will be silenced up. He's just, you know, he cut down maybe the wrong tree and then he just admits to his fate. Not much he could really escape from. Meanwhile, Matthew ulti TP out. SVG no hook shot available, so that will be the only thing that would have been able to cancel his teleport.
And we're in the desperately shoving out lanes phase of the game now for Thunder Predator. They have to buy space with their bodies if necessary. And, well, that's what Frank's dying to. At the very least, he's got that blade mail finish now. So maybe if Thunder Predator gets an engagement where he can jump in, he can catch a lot of damage with that. It's going to be rough, though.
Finally getting to focus back on that tier 2 tower. Leostal, he's standing around, but you can see from Quincy's moves that they're waiting. When is the call to go in? It's the wait for it moment right now, and they've just smoked under enemy vision, so they know exactly what they're up to. Matthew, he's still getting caught.
He was smoked too, but...
all right. Well, that was... I have to say, that should never have happened. It pains to see that, but... Well, they saw the smoke happen. Could have gone back to high ground. Only level 9 on this Pangolier, so he's an easy target to go for. And with Roshan going to be up in a minimum of 1 minute. Quincy crew could just wait for Roshan, get the Aegis and the cheese, and then start looking for the killing blow against Thunder Predator. What is their way of coming back into this game? What needs to happen? Because in this situation... I would see, I know I'm asking you the question, but I'm answering myself anyway.
Yeah, go right ahead.
You are at the point of the game where you have to hope that your opponent makes a mistake and you punish for it. That's how I see it. How do you see it, Kips?
Yeah, it is possible to force mistakes.
Like this might be one. They've got the duel on SVG. The damage is coming out as well from Frank, but it's not going to be enough for a duel victory. He will get the finish up with the overwhelming odds, though, so that's one. They do end up losing Matthew. Quinn still chasing up on the Jakiro. Here comes Lelis. Nice two-man ice path. Not enough to save the Jakiro's life, but will at least get Frank back to safety. And Yawar now pushing towards the high ground. They're stacking up towards mid. And when we were talking about mistakes, might lead into losing objectives.
Yes, and the way to force mistakes at this point is in the game is you can't really do it through gameplay. You can't outfight them. They can make a lot of mistakes and still win the fight. So you do shit that confuses people.
Oh yeah.
Eternal Envy is the master of this. You know, if both parties don't know what they're doing anymore, then the playing field is 50-50 again. And right now, Thunder Predator would take a 50-50. So
pretty much.
Yeah, use that Ricky. Cut creep waves. Try to find courier kills, annoy them, get them to chase you maybe. You have to get chaos in their comms, because right now...
SVG looking for the hook shot, and it's a perfect one. What a catch shot to MNZ, and they're rushed all around him, but SVG's going to die to the tricks of the trade anyway, and Matthew, he pops that ultimate. He was inside the cogs, but was controlling the Ursa for long enough. Now the Ricky's also going to go down, and Quinn coming with a lot of damage as well. The Ice Path is holding 2 heroes on the ice on the lake as well. And it looks like it's a stolen one from Rubik too. So they were just sitting there, sitting ducks, getting stunned up. Another Ice Path coming for MJZ, holding Quincy Crew in place for now, but Frank will fall. And also Matthew trying to make a way. And Leo, oh my god, Leo style, no. He is trying, himself. But that remnant jump's not necessarily going to be enough. Well, another jump in, and that should be it. 2 heroes on the run, and here comes Lelis.
This man is not done.
Teleport in 13. He has a hunch where they are, but he's just going to shift into pushing the lane. Meanwhile, Clockwork SVG. Hookshot in 5 seconds. Can't find anyone either. Meanwhile, Ursa starting bot.
Yeah, he doesn't need any help anymore. He can go mano a mano with the big man.
Oh yeah.
It was a DD root on bot, but you know, he needs that.
You know, I feel like maybe the DD rune is just a bit overkill at this point, and Quincy Crew just want to do it the old school style.
The old school style, like Matthew is receiving from us right now. He might actually get out.
Yep. Has a TP, hook, flare, not quite on point, but then again, not enough for Lelis. Lelis has nothing to cancel TPs with, just pure right-click damage and a silence on top of that. Thunder Predator, they need to win the next fight.
Yes, the next fight's going to be for their high ground. And the Ricky will probably opt over getting the dispel for the silence over having a buyback. But the problem is that he can't send his courier to the secret shop right now, so he might want to do that, but he can't. Oh. Sneaky, he got it. He just yoinked an ultimate orb right out of there.
Well. Yep. Oh, no, Trent. No. Oh, it's like... Ooh. The lizard makes it away from the tree people.
Looks dead to me.
MJZ, but they have Thunder Predator around. Might be a bait, but is it going to be enough? Smoke screen silencing up Quinn for a bit, and still going to die. Ice Path. Not going to be enough to save the Jakiro's life. 5 versus 4. You still want to stay around. They're going for the duel onto Lelis. Lelis is a really tanky boy, but can they have the damage to take him down? He's going very, really low, but the duel's not going to be enough, and he's still standing up. The stuns are coming. Look at that damage. Unbelievable. Quincy Crew will just destroy 2 of them, and almost 3. They will well, there goes the 3rd when Ricky actually makes it out, but Pango's not as lucky. They all just got stunned up in a big pile. And you know, that's the part where you start mutilating the corpses because there's not enough room in the graveyard anymore. You just gotta start putting them into pieces and throw it right into the crematory.
Yeah, I think that Yawar got the dismemberment sorted.
And that's Yoriki gone too. No buyback, 54 seconds gone. He can't afford his...
Yep, he's going for it.
And there we go. Yawar picks up. That's the team wipe. That's the mid racks gone, heading towards straight for the bottom racks too. Still a nice 2.5 minutes, but GG well played as called, and that will be it. Thunder Predator need to tap out from this one, go for a little mental break, and maybe come back stronger in game 2. But Quincy Crew, very convincing.
Extremely so, yes. I really like how they went toe-to-toe in all these little skirmishes with a very aggressive, individually skilled team, and came out on top because at the same time they were also making the smarter map trades. So even though I think Thunder Predator, if this was just, you know, an all-out brawl, they could definitely, you know, roll with the punches of Quincy Crew. But with that extra pressure from Lelis on the top side, with the way that they trade skirmishes for tower damage, Quincy Crew just have a little bit more refinement in their play, and I really enjoy seeing that. And next game, maybe no Ricky, maybe Thunder Predator stands a little bit more of a chance, because man, that was just not a hero. I don't think that's a hero. I don't want to see it anymore. Get out of my face.
Well, maybe if they play around it a bit differently, they could maybe pull it off, but we'll see if the Ricky's going to be their choice for game 2. We're going to take a little break here, and we'll be back after that for game 2 of our third series of the days. Sorry, of the series, of course, not the day. We still have another best of 2 after this one, so plenty of action. But we're going to take a little break. So we'll be back in just a tiny bit.